Tuesday, May 12th, 2024, 4:35 p.m.
Uttered by Marty Bent via bomthrower.com.
One of Davos' favorite frontmen, Yuval Noah Harari, joined the BIS Innovation Summit earlier this week to spread some laughable anti-Bitcoin propaganda. The root problem with conventional currency is all the trust that's required to make it work. The central bank must be trusted not to debase the currency, but the history of fiat currencies is full of breaches of that trust. Satoshi Nakamoto picked twitter.com/ESB4PBDQ0D. Marty Bent, @MartyBent, May 10th, 2024. During his chat, Harari opined that, as a historian, he does not like Bitcoin because it is a currency based on distrust. Here's exactly what he said. When I look at Bitcoin as a historian, I don't like it because this is a money built on distrust. The central idea of Bitcoin is basically electronic gold, that we don't trust the banks, the governments, so we don't want to give them the ability to create as much money as they like. So we create this Bitcoin. It's a currency of distrust. I do think that the future belongs to electronic money, but what we've seen over the last centuries is that it is actually a good idea to give banks and governments the ability to create more and more money in order to build more trust within society. So, I'm not sure what money would look like in 20 years or 30 years, but I hope that it would be a currency of greater trust and not a currency of distrust. Yuval Noah Harari, famed Malthusian nihilist and mediocre author. Wow. This is what we in the PSYOP world like to call gaslighting. It's a tactic used to make someone believe something that is totally false and most likely never happened is actually true. When it comes to Harari's specific comments on the history of humanity, he is attempting to gaslight people into believing that giving governments and central banks the ability to create more and more money in order to build trust within society has actually happened. Nothing could be further from the truth. And one only needs the ability to pick their head up from their phone, look around at the state of the world, and recall 4 years of history to refute this objectively insane point of view. Do you all remember when a majority of the world's governments banded together to shut down the global economy while flooding the global economy with trillions of dollars of liquidity? I think we can all agree that this was most likely the most extreme example of central planning on the political and monetary fronts that the world has ever seen. If we are to follow Harari's logic that this level of coordination and central control over the monetary system, one would have to be able to look out at the world right now and confidently say that collective trust in governments and banking institutions by the people is at an all-time high. Clearly, this is not the case. In fact, the exact opposite is true. Trust in political and financial institutions is as low as it has ever been. The common man is suffering under the weight of price inflation and is beginning to question the validity of government spending programs, particularly here in the U.S. The geopolitical landscape is shifting toward a multipolar world as large governments are finding it impossible to trust each other. This increasing distrust is being driven by the fact that some governments use their trusted control over the international monetary system to freeze the assets of a sovereign nation. We don't even have to mention the bailout of the banks during the Great Financial Crisis, the forever wars in the Middle East, or the silencing of the whistleblowers who tried to make people aware that their governments cannot be trusted. Harari is either completely disconnected from reality or being completely disingenuous. I have a feeling it's most likely the latter. This particular line of thinking shouldn't be surprising coming from Harari, and the fact that he said this at a digital summit thrown by the Bank for International Settlements should be even less surprising. The BIS is the top Borg bank that would like to cattle herd the world into a digital panopticon that runs on a CBDC that can be granularly controlled by trusted banks and governments. Bitcoin is, quite literally, the biggest threat to their existence because it enables individuals to opt out of a system dependent on trusting central planners. Trying to tap into people's emotions by framing the discussion of electronic money myopically and attempting to reduce the decision-making process to a knee-jerk reaction based on the connotation of the juxtaposition of distrust v. trust is truly some lowest denominator argumentation. One would have to truly believe that most people are not only dumb, but extremely dumb. Distrust in government bad. Trust in government good. Therefore, government controlling money good. Caveman shit. Luckily for us, no one is buying Harari's BS, and Satoshi Nakamoto designed Bitcoin in a way that allows us to break free from the madness of trusting governments and central banks. As he pointed out in February of 2009, the history of currencies is littered with breaches of trust by governments and central banks. Trusting these entities with the power to issue currency has proven to be catastrophic for whole societies. Trust needs to be completely removed from the process by leveraging a system that cannot be controlled by any individual, group, company, or government, and that is what Bitcoin brings to the world. Individuals shouldn't have to trust anyone but themselves to know what's going on with their money. Don't trust, verify is the ethos that Bitcoin embodies and empowers individuals with. It's a beautiful thing, and it scares the ever-living shit out of the Hararis of the world. The Davos class is desperate and scared, as is evidenced by the nonsensical assertion put forth by Harari earlier this week. This should encourage you. Lean in. They know they're losing the narrative battle. We're going to win. ******. Follow Marty Bent on Twitter and subscribe via tftc.io. The CBDC Survival Guide will give you the tools and the knowledge to navigate coming era of monetary apartheid. Bombthrower subscribers will get free when it drops, and the Crypto Capitalist Manifesto while you wait. Sign up today. 0. Loading. Discrimination notice. Privacy policy. Disclosure. Disclaimer. Advertising.
Best indicators in the world. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss, trade like a boss. I'm in love with crypto. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss, trade like a boss. I'm in love with crypto. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss, trade like a boss. Crypto is a godsend. Decentralized, fuck a bank. That's because I am the bank. Decentralized, fuck a bank. That's because I am the bank. That's because I am the bank. That's because I am the bank. Market cipher trading, best indicators in the world. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss, trade like a boss. I'm in love with crypto. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss, trade like a boss. I'm in love with crypto. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss, trade like a boss. Crypto is a godsend. Decentralized, fuck a bank. That's because I am the bank. That's because I am the bank. Trade like a boss. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss. I'm in love with crypto. I'm in love with crypto. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss. Crypto is a godsend. Market indicators in the world. Market cipher trading, best indicators in the world. Crypto is a godsend. Decentralized, fuck a bank, fuck a bank. Crypto is a godsend. Decentralized, fuck a bank, fuck a bank. Market cipher trading, best indicators in the world. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss, trade like a boss. I'm in love with crypto. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss, trade like a boss. I'm in love with crypto. Market cipher trading, trade like a boss, trade like a boss. Crypto is a godsend. Decentralized, fuck a bank. That's because I am the bank. Decentralized, fuck a bank. That's because I am the bank. That's because I am the bank. That's because I am the bank.
I'm a roller coaster. Dope white boy, put me in the Coca Nostra. Do it. Hey, no need for you to think it over. Pull up in the gray Range Rover and stay sober. Mess with Mad Child, pull out two blammers. Girls call me Thor, cause of the size of my hammer. Thinking you the ace space, you a bellboy. I'm a fucking space case like Elroy. Half devil, half man like Hellboy. When I flex like biceps and deltoids. On steroids, I'm kinda paranoid. Make rare noise when I deliver like an errand boy. I'm a scary fellow. No gold, no diamonds in canary yellow. Opposite of very mellow. Don't trip, I got it covered like a canopy. But people look at me like I'm from Sons of Anarchy. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head, out of my head. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head, out of my head. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head, out of my head. album, get it hot off the shelf. Dope sick, I'm a small green goblin from hell. You won't even have to follow my words. My rap slap you in the face like a volleyball serve. And I ain't one for charming harmonies. I rap retardedly, you sever 7 arteries. I'm an artist that's a modern beast. Steel chin, iron jaw, silver tongue and solder teeth. I'm not a rich rapper, I'm a volunteer. Think about my life and I wipe away a falling tear. Yeah, Birdie little verse killer. To draw first blood, pure coke, no filler. I should get a Pulitzer at least. I'm a Wurlitzer, I'm refurbishing verses that are garbage in the streets. The king of Canada, new hottest commodity. You could be my prodigal, methodically your oddity. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Out of my head. Yeah, man, I've been sober 10 months now. I feel like I'm still going crazy. Out of my head. You don't understand what's going on in here, bro. All my ex-girls tatted on my right arm. When I go to bed at night, I leave the lights on and keep a movie playing, voices screaming in my head. Not to mention that the boogie monster's underneath my bed. And where I live, it's either snowing or it rains. Blood is flowing through my veins, trying to stay away from thoughts of blowing out my brains. Knowing I'm insane, but I'm staying away from dope and I am sewing up the game. Mood change, now the color on my mood ring bright. Cause I'm high up on the food chain, shoe game tight. Trust me, you don't wanna romp with this rare beast. Rap till I'm old, saggy balls and a hairpiece. 2 G's for reverse, that's a fair trade. Open up my mouth and it sounds like an air raid. I don't narrate, I just live the story. I'll make a mockery of you, then tell your kids I'm sorry. Anybody cross my path, that's a foolish dude. Cause mentally I'm complicated like a Rubik's Cube. I'm a freakazoid, I should seek treatment. I keep creeping and breathe deep, heat frequent. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Out of my head. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Out of my head. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Out of my head. I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Out of my head. Out of my head. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to keep my head clear. I still feel like I'm going crazy. It's kind of messed up, man. 10 years sober, 10 months, and still crazy thoughts doing laps around my head at night, every night. I'm up till 6, 7 in the morning with these crazy thoughts. It's all good though. Don't trip.